You know, this is something that I am sure you gym rats out there will appreciate. That sometimes, no matter how little in the mood you might feel in the moment, no matter how tired you might be, no matter what busy a day that you've had, no matter what reasons, justifiable though they may seem that you might have, sometimes you just have to put the reps in. Hello, this is Rob Farker. Well, pardon me, this is Rob Farker dropping his jacket, is what's going on. Welcome to my third attempt to record a walking video for Rob Commits Thrivery, my channel where I explore the possibilities of stealing for myself and those around me a life so joyful, challenging, playful and richly connected that it ought to be illegal. And well, part of this is me walking down this public street with my phone pointed at myself on this wonderful gyroscopic mount. Let's go over here, it's a little bit less crowded. And talking with you folks about, well, I don't know, not exactly journaling what's been going on in my life so far, but at least hopefully talking about the things that I have learned from and the things that I'm trying to do at the moment. So, as I record this, I am out here at Barangaroo, one of the newest parts of Sydney, and certainly one of the more picturesque. I was out here the first time I tried to record this, when basically I had just a selfie stick, and somehow I managed to get it lined up such that the frame was pretty much full of only my face, and the shot was very shaky, which is one of the reasons why I have invested in one of these wonderful DJI Osmo Mobile 7P gyroscopic outfits, which holds my phone nice and steady and keeps it focused on my face without it filling the entire thing. It's a little bit inspired by a fellow by the name of Michael Sartain, who has one of these kits for himself, although it's the full Osmo that doesn't actually need you to plug your mobile phone into it. I couldn't quite justify dropping about $1,000 on one of those, but thankfully this was going pretty cheap at JB Hi-Fi a week or two back, so I thought why the heck not, and when I went up to the JB Hi-Fi to have a look, they also had one of these wonderful DJI mic mini kits going for a discount, so I thought what the heck, I'll get one of those too. The broader course or group that Michael has is actually called Men of Action, and you will find his website at moamentoring.com, and it's basically formed around that idea that if you want to make changes in your life, you just have to keep doing stuff and commit to taking some kind of action on a regular basis. And I joined up through off-market dating, which got me into one of the school communities that Michael runs, and I have been reaching out and getting in contact with, here we go, going down some steps, some of the members. And one of the first things I did was basically organise a get-together. There's a bit of me that kind of looks at people who semi-network, who just like reach out and say, oh yeah, it'd be great to collaborate, and if you're in the area, get in touch. Whereas what I wound up doing was doing a search on the forum for the word Sydney, and then set up a get-together, a date, a time and a place, and then tagged everybody whom I'd identified through my search as living in Sydney and said, come and rock along, let's meet up, let's take some photos for our Instagram, because the first part of the off-market dating course, and pretty much everything Men of Action related, is to fix your Instagram. And by fix your Instagram, I mean, and I kind of worked out the definition for this morning, because the course doesn't really put it into simple means, is to basically create a frequently updated Instagram profile that I curate with photos and reels that are intended to engage the attraction triggers of high status women. Now, If you go and search up Michael Sartain on YouTube, you will probably sooner or later hit a video where he does talk about what these attraction triggers are, so I won't go into them here. But basically, they involve showing yourself as a person, not necessarily a good-looking individual, because you might not be, but you can still have access to things that perhaps not many people do, whether it's an aspect of your personality, a skill, or other people that you know. And I basically have been getting together for the past couple of Saturday fortnights, well, today being Saturday and the first one was 2 weeks ago, with some of the members of the Men of Action, in the free group anyway, who are based out of Sydney, and it's been good fun. We have been getting photos of each other for our Instagram reels. We have been talking about where we're at in life and where we are hoping to go and what we think the next steps of our lives are. And first time, just one other person came along. Today, him and another person made it along, and I started getting responses from other folks who are based out of Sydney in the free group. So that is getting some fun momentum. And, well, as a result, it has been a busy day. I got into town at around about midday, and it is coming up on 6 o'clock at night right now. And I actually started the day, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I am a member of the Campbelltown City chapter of the Lions Club. I joined up a couple of months ago. And one of the things they've been talking about recently is this Youth of the Year program that the broader Lions Club of Australia engages in. Basically, it is a multi-month, if there's one thing you can guarantee will get in your face when you're out with a camera or out generally, it's the Australian blowfly. But anyway, is that a blowfly or a blowfly swapping grade? I don't know. And of course, we are at the moment in the early stages of the 2026 Youth of the Year Award. And Lions Club Campbelltown City has organised an event at the Lakeside Golf Club in a couple of weeks' time. And after talking about it at the last meeting, given that I have currently an interest in my Instagram, well, don't know, it looks like some stuff is going on. It is, alright, let's see if I can turn around here. It is a bouncy Saturday evening. Camera up a bit, will it go? Yep, there we go. Here at Barangaroo, the top end of Darling Harbour. Fun afternoon to be out and about, what can I say? So I had a what the hell moment, got my kit together, and before I came into Sydney, stood in the middle of Forum Q, basically an open space in Campbelltown, and recorded a video. Oh, hang on, not such a good idea. I'm not sure I can walk backward either. Alright, let's try this. Recorded a video promoting the event, and I put it up on my Instagram. And it's had some slow traction so far. One of the things I forgot to do, lots of people having a good time tonight. God, I am. I will keep telling all and sundry that I am so bloody glad to be back in Sydney, seriously. I know that there are probably parties as loud as that in Cairns, but still, I thought I'd get a bit more peace and quiet, get off the main drag, and get a bit of shade too. Yeah, so I stood in the middle of Campbelltown Square, and I had already made some notes beforehand, and I just recorded this video, put it up on my Instagram. Didn't think to do a decent cover of it, which might be why it's only getting some slow traction at the moment, because the cover of pictures is basically me looking at the camera, in all fairness. It doesn't, sell the reel in any way, shape or form. So that's a note for later. But yeah, we had a good afternoon, the two other lads from Men of Action and I, wandering around the city talking about where we're at in life and what we want out of the future. And we got to about 5 o'clock, and one of them had left to go on a date. Hope everything went well, eh? Hope everything went well, Anthony. And the other one, who actually lives in the southwest as well. Had to head home too. And there was a bit of thinking, you know what, I've had a full day, it's been busy, why not hop on a train and head for home myself? Anthony or I were maybe talking about getting together again once his date was done. But I wasn't sure if I really had the energy left. But I had, like I said, this is my third attempt to record a walking video since I was inspired by the Sartain to do so, because it just looked like such a fun thing to do. And the first couple of events hadn't worked, and I was thinking of doing another one, and again, I kind of found myself in that mindset, you know what I mean? The one where you go, where I went, you know what, it has been a full day, I'm a bit tired, I'm not sure whether I've got the mental capacity to go walking through a public place and recording a video, you know, let's just go home, take it easy, and not worry about it, save it for another day. And then, yeah, I just suddenly found myself thinking, this is the same mindset that talks people out of going to the gym. And let's face it, I'm not a frequent gym goer. I've had a couple of people suggest a couple of local gyms, but one of them is a little bit far away from me. I think I'm getting off the point here. And I just found myself thinking, I've got my kit, I've got everything I need to proceed here, and I've got some stuff that I reckon I can talk about. And the last couple of times have, in a way, been practice runs for this, because I'm talking about a lot of the stuff that I talked about in those videos, and now I just feel a little bit better about talking about the same stuff. I feel like I'm staying more smoothly on topic. The ideas are coming out of my mouth much more quickly and easily. And the lens of just getting in and getting the reps done. Part of me thinks my camera's a bit skewed, but you know what? Of all things, I think that's there are worse problems to have. So my apologies if you were watching this on YouTube a little bit later on and you are seeing it a little bit off kilter. I think this is actually still going to be good enough. You know, of all the issues that I could have, that's a minor one. Compared to especially the first effort when there was a lot of jog and my face was filling the view. Oh, okay. So I can either go left and face into the sun, or I can go right and head back down to, we're getting out of Barangaroo and now into Darling Harbour a bit more properly, I think. Here we go. And I just had a what the heck moment and thought, you know what, let's put the reps in. And it's working, I think. So yeah, this feels like, in a way, like the first couple of previous attempts were drafts for this recording. Which is not a bad way to look at it as far as I'm concerned. And it means that, yeah, this is coming out much more easily than the previous attempts did. Okay, let's join the flow of traffic here. Here we go. So yeah, that's Barangaroo behind me. It's warming up for a fun Saturday night. But I think after this, I'm going to go home, feed my dog, take it easy, and concentrate on around the house stuff a little bit tomorrow. But I am glad that despite not quite feeling in the mood, that's one thing that Ahmad and I, Ahmad's the fella who lives in my general area and went home a little bit earlier on, talked about some, and some of the things that we've been seeing about taking action. And I think, how did he say it? Action beats anxiety, is what he said. Let me just get out of the way of a few people. Which lined up with something that I'd heard recently, which is mood follows action. So if you're not feeling in the mood, I think, yeah, another thing that I've known about for a little while is what they call the 2-minute rule, maybe the 10-minute rule, where you, if you don't want to do a thing, you say, you know what, I'm going to do it for 2 minutes, or I'm going to do it for 10 minutes. And you usually find that once you've spent the 2 minutes or 10 minutes doing the thing, you are in the mood to keep going. So yeah, I have walked now all the way from Barangaroo. God, I love this gyro stabilizer, it's great. Oh, even if it's kind of arguing with me. Let's see if I can get this centered. There we are. Just making sure that I'm not pointing the lens into the sun. Yeah, and it's always the thing, whenever I start this off, I am worried about doing this in public, and when I get started, everybody else kind of falls away. I mean, I am still in this place with people whom I've never met, and you know, if serendipity were a thing, this would be a great moment for someone I do know to just front up and say hi, Rob. But nope, doesn't look like it's going to happen. But yeah, surrounded by people I don't know, who genuinely don't care that I am here with this gyro-stabilised thingy and taking videos of myself, and hopefully saying something poignant to you guys. So yeah, if there is one thing I hope you folks who are watching this, take away from it, is that you can just do the thing. Whatever it is that you would like to do, but you're just worried about what folks will think of you, or how you will be seen or perceived. Really, most everybody else is busy with their own stuff. They've got their own worries. Hell, they're probably worried about what people will think of them, too much so to actually pay genuine attention to you and make some sort of judgment call. But in winding this up, let me ask you folks, what is something you've been wanting to do, but that you have kept putting off because you are worried? You know, the inner bitch, if you will forgive my phrasing, especially in a public place, I'm trying not to swear, that voice inside you, or at least, you know, it's usually an emotional response first. You feel that fear, and then your brain comes up with explanations for that fear, justifications for that fear, that usually aren't based in reality in any genuine way. What is something that you've been wanting to do, but that pretty much your brain has kept telling you you shouldn't do because you'll be judged, because you'll be seen, because you'll be insulted, because you will lose connection with other people who, if they're thinking that kind of way about you, are probably not worth connecting with anyway. Well, we are here in Darling Harbour at the lovely Cockle Bay Wharf, a place where I have spent many an hour back when I actually used to work at Darling Park, the office complex not far from here. In fact, looking up I can see it. No, I'm not going to try and get an angle of it from here. But yeah, a place I have some pretty darn fond memories of, and that I'm glad is still here. And I will say it again, I am so glad to be back in Sydney. I really am. I don't think, hell, maybe I could do something like this in Cairns, but I don't know. I know that Michael Sartain, pardon me, talks about how you can be a big deal in a small town because there's usually no one else there doing what you want to do. But, and I think, you know, being in the southwest, that idea does have some traction. There may be some possibilities there. But I am still glad to be an hour's train ride from Sydney. And even though it has changed, a lot of it hasn't. And I am just so damn glad to be back. And I'm looking forward to where being back here will eventually take me. So, I am now trying to come up with some sort of pithy sign-off. Let's see. I keep thinking about thrivery. Maybe something like, this is Rob Farker, hoping that you can steal a little bit of a thriving life back from whatever is keeping it from you. Have yourself a good night.